to, build up their confidence and make them great men later on. But I'm signing this contract saying I'm coming to win. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I don't always like that method, but that's reality. And unfortunately, that's how it is when it comes to Texas football. Now, you can like it or not, but that's just the unfortunate reality of what sports has become today. So, I mean, it's just kind of like he knew that when he signed that dotted line, and he knew after year 2 when things were getting bad, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm doing what I can, but maybe what I have to offer is not enough. So I think he knew, but guess what? He ain't hurting.
No,
he got
his pocket's still fat.
$6 million.
He walked away.
And he walked away with that and got another job about a month later, 2 months later. So I promise you, he ain't hurting too much. I get it. It is a good old boy network, but at the end of the day, it's business.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
What do you say to people that say he was black, Tom Herman is white? We all know race comes into play in these when these type of firings happen. It's human nature to think about that. What do you guys think?
It is. For me, I'm a double minority. I'm a woman and I'm black. So, I deal with that every day. I get it. But at the end of the day, I mean, when you hear people say the quote, you got to be twice as good to get half of what they get. I get it. I'm not tripping. I'm a black woman in a world where I see racism and discrimination to this day, and it's something my grandparents marched for and all this. I get it. But at the end of the day, I mean, I just feel like, we can point fingers all day, but at the end of the day, let's say the color of his skin matters. He signed that dotted line. So he signed that dotted line knowing that there's a possibility that because of the color of my skin, I may not, get all the resources I need. But again, he walked into that situation. Now, if he wasn't understanding of that, then I get it. But I mean, I can't always, that would be me. Like, I can't go to that grocery store because I'm black. And there's a lot of white people in there. I mean, I love white people. I love people of all colors. So, I mean, I can't live my life, looking at, the racism thing. It's real. I get it. I've dealt with it, me personally, and my personal experiences. But I mean, his skin color could have had affected it. True. But I promise you, in about 2 years, if they get back to the playout, to the championship and all that stuff's gonna be in the past, and ain't nobody gonna think about it because now the UT is back on top. And unfortunately, that's what we deal with on a, that's the state of what we're dealing with. I mean, but it's not gonna stop me from living, and it's not gonna stop me from watching it.
Yeah.
And about 10 other million people, the same thing applies, and half of them are probably black.
Yeah.
So,
and there's a guy named Chief Rock in the chat room. He says, "Sweetheart, he was behind the 8 ball from the start," and that's pretty much what she said.
I 100% agree he was. I'm not saying he wasn't, but he signed that dotted line, knowing that.
Yeah. Yep. And at the end of the day, in Texas, football is king. We're not just saying this. And I'm not really a Texas fan. I'm a North Carolina Tar Heels fan of everything. But if you come in this state, anything football, you can start from Pee-wee all the way up to college. Friday Night Lights was just not a movie. That was real. That's real life. Friday night is crazy with football. So it didn't matter to me. I'm gonna say this. It did not matter. Yes, I think Charlie Strong didn't have a chance when he walked in the door. Again, he took the job. I don't care who the person was. They fired. I can't remember the guy's name right now. Yeah, they fired coaches on a daily basis. It doesn't matter really who you are. They will fire you. Any guy that can come in, it will happen because they don't take losing well in Texas.
No, not at all. And that's the thing, man. Like I told my husband again, I said, you know what? He didn't get the same kind of resources that Coach Herman did. But guess what? At the end of the day, I met Coach Strong personally. He's a great guy. I met Coach Herman personally. He's a great guy. And I knew that, okay, we're going to see a difference. But that's the reality of where we are right now. I mean, I get that. I know he was behind the 8 ball. But guess what? It don't matter at this point because now, if Texas get back on top, that's all that the people really care about. Now, my personal preference, I'm about more than that. But like you said, football is king.
Now, there's a question: what if the new coach has a losing season for 3 years? Will they fire him like they did Charlie? And that's pretty much what I just said. Yes, Tom Herman will be fired after 3 years if it does not work out.
They don't have. These people don't have.
They don't have any patience. Nope.
It's not about feelings.
It's about winning.
It's about winning. Period. It don't matter who the coach is.
And again, me and Hodges spoke. Our personal preference, we don't necessarily like. But again, we're both former athletes. We want to win too.
But we understand the bottom line is you got to win. You have to win. You're not here to pity-pat around. Yeah. You're here to win games.
Yeah. And when they put that kind of money in you,
and they're investing millions of dollars in you, that's what your job is.
They'll let him go too.
Yeah. Man, so appreciate you guys for calling in. We'll definitely have to do this again. Have to set something up to have you guys come on. It's been a long time coming. I've been thinking about you guys, having you guys on for a while.
Know what? Instead of thinking about it, you ought to call us, man.
Yeah, you're right. Instead of, when I heard you guys move to Austin, I was like, dang, Hodges must be working for the team. That's the first thing that popped in my head. I thought you would be working with Texas, but
while you playing, I just got a job at UT.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, I'll be working in the administration and the finance department. So,
man,
yeah,
congratulations on that.
Thanks,
appreciate you guys, man. Take care. I'll definitely be calling you guys. Definitely have Erica call you guys next time you guys come to Dallas. Ari's growing like crazy, so she'll probably love to see Hodges again too.
Nice.
Oh man, nice. You want to say hi, Hodges? Say
hi.
Hey.
All right, thanks, y'all.
Hey, thank you, man. All right,
have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right, bye. All right, that was Tonette and Hodges Mitchell. We went to church together here in Dallas. Some really great friends. Like I said, he played for UT. Hodges Mitchell, he was a running back for the team. Was very, very successful. Ended up having a knee injury, but two really great people. Mocha Bella says, good call. Yeah, it was definitely a good call. Great that they called in. Breaking news. Rockets signed James Harden to an NBA record 4-year, $228 million contract extension. That is what you call real money right there. That is more than what any player has ever gotten. This is more than the contract. I don't know how you factor in what his current one is with what he's going to be getting, but this is going to be through 2023. He's going to be making $57 million a year over 4 years. How crazy is that? That the money is flowing around like this. Now, Chief is A1 Knicks fan, and Chris Paul went to the Rockets. He's going to want max money. And I don't see the Rockets signing Chris Paul to a max contract. And to me, this opens the door for Chris Paul to go to New York on a banana boat. I don't know, Chief. I'm starting to believe that this could possibly happen. But David Griffin obviously is the number one kind of block. And Mocha says, based on what? What did Harden do in the playoffs this year? He did absolutely nothing. When the game was on the line, he did not succeed. But he is the star. He's the star of that team. They're not going to let him go anywhere else. And somehow, some way. And I had to add this up because it's hard for me to believe 57 million. 57 million over 4 years. Crazy. Beyond crazy. So James Harden getting a huge deal. Mocha says James Harden doesn't deserve that kind of money. I agree. But at this point in time in the state of the NBA, it does not matter if you deserve it at all. It doesn't even matter if you are remotely good enough to get paid that much. The money is flowing like a river right now. Not as much as it was last year, though. Once again, we are taking callers for the next 20 minutes of the remainder of the show. So feel free and call in 469-351-0881. Once again, 469-351-0881. Again, this is a family-friendly show. We got families, kids, and everybody listening. So if you are going to call in, please no cussing. But I love to get your anybody that wants to call in within the remainder 20 minutes of the show. Mocha says the Rockets not going to win a championship. I agree with you, Mocha. They're not coming out of the West. Never. I don't know if it will ever happen. And I know ever is a strong word, but the type of basketball that they play is Mike D'Antoni basketball, which is all offense, very little defense, and plain and simple, you have to play defense to win a championship. Also, you have to show up in Game 7s to win a championship, which they have not done either. So I don't see the Rockets ever winning anything with D'Antoni there. I do see them probably making it to like the Western Conference Finals. I can see that happening. I do think they need to add another piece, which reportedly Melo said he would waive his trade clause to somehow get on the team with the Rockets or the Cavs. So I know according to sources from Chief, that the Knicks are looking to sign or re-sign, Melo, and to me that's interesting with this whole windstorm about how everything happened. And I would be shocked, honestly, if Melo signs an extension there. There's been too much turmoil going on. If he does, though, he may be looking towards the future. There may be something on the horizon for him, or something on the horizon for the team. I got my dad sending me a message. He said, did JaVale McGee re-sign with the Warriors? Also, he said, whose minutes are Swaggy P getting? That's an interesting question right there. Did JaVale McGee re-sign yet? I believe the answer to that is no. He has not re-signed with the Warriors yet. Reportedly, it looks like he is the Clippers, I believe, is meeting with him. The Warriors are, of course, still in the mix. The Clippers can obviously pay him more money, but do you want championships or money? I know JaVale McGee hasn't had very many contracts that have probably been as lucrative for him. But I will say this, if he wants a championship, he'll stay. If he wants the money, which I don't blame him if he wants the money. And the Warriors have done a great job with him rebuilding his career, because honestly, he was not on like the star-studded list as far as free agents last year. He wasn't one of those guys. And I think that he's going to get paid either now or later. And I see him leaving. I see him leaving the Warriors. They re-signed Pachulia. His expense may just be too high. And also, my dad said Tim Hardaway Sr. only made $47 million his whole career, and that's what I was thinking. Like, his son has made more in one contract than Tim Hardaway Sr. made in his whole career, which that just shows you the state of basketball from then to now. Also, he says the Bulls should have kept their big three together for one more year run. I agree. And they said Jimmy Butler was supposed to be the future. They said Jimmy Butler was the future of the team, and the next season they trade him. I feel sorry for Bulls fans. I feel sorry for you, Big L. I feel sorry for any Bulls fans out there, because I have no clue what they are doing at this moment in time. Seems like a lot of weirdness going on. So I don't get it. I think that they are rebuilding.